Well, I have to say it's been another glorious week as the ECHR's official agony aunt. And I tell you this, for that reason, the taxpayer-funded perks, they just keep rolling in. So let's get stuck in, shall we? My first letter. Dear Darren, I'm a Pakistani sex offender. I've been here illegally for 11 years. I got caught assaulting a woman. I've now suddenly realised I'm gay. Can I stay? And I replied, I said, of course you can stay, my love. Britain's asylum system now works on the honour system. If you say you're gayer than one of RuPaul's handbags or that character from Dick Emery, walking around strutting your stuff, then that's good enough for us. Of course you can say, Pakistani sex offender or not, if you are a gay man, you are welcome here in our diverse and tolerant and bigger mug than one of those Sports Direct ones. You're welcome here. Next one. Dear Darren, I'm an Albanian drug criminal. I've been deported 3 times. I sneaked in 4 times and got caught running a cannabis farm. Surely, Darren, I've run out of road and chances to stay here in the United Kingdom. And I replied, not at all. You only did 8 months in prison, which barely counts as a city break for we here at the ECHR. So the judge has ruled deportation much too harsh. Stick around, my friend. You'll be getting a government grant by next year, your winter fuel allowance paid for, covered, signed and sealed and delivered. You're one of us now, my friend. Buckle up, buttercup. Oh, cannabis as well. Cannabis, it keeps you chill, doesn't it? They have it in Amsterdam. It's all the rage. Next one. Dear Darren, I'm an Iranian sex offender, but I've since found Jesus. Not in a church, though, obviously. It's obviously. I pray in my garden. Will that help me stay in Britain? A little bit of theological gardening. Absolutely, sunshine. Britain's courts are now fully accepting of gardening as a proof of faith. Forget the Bible, forget the gospel, forget theology. Just plant a couple of petunias and maybe a Jesus-shaped topiary somewhere or something like that. Maybe you can trim a bush if you need a bit of bush. I've got a lovely bush right here for you. You can maybe do a cross out of it. And then you'll have guaranteed asylum. And I hear a nicely pruned shrubbery of St. Peter might even get you a free council house. So you're staying. Don't worry. You are a friend in Christ, so you're a friend of ours here in Britain. Dear Darren, I'm an ISIS supporter who entered Britain illegally twice and was ruled a national security threat. Surely, I can't stay. And I said, you poor lamb, what you must have been through. My heart breaks for you. People may say to this story, ISIS supporters, we don't need them in this country. But I say people just have to be more vigilant. They have to change their way of life, maybe stop leaving the house, facing threats on the streets, maybe in a park or whatever else. Just stop doing it. Stop going out. We can't say no to these people. What an ISIS supporter must have been through. We've got to have heart. So I said, oh, you poor lamb. Of course you can stay, because if Britain deports you, you might feel a bit stressed out about it. National security is of course important, but your feelings, well, they come first in our nation. Next one. Dear Darren, I was set for deportation, but I've just realised that Zoom calls with my stepson wouldn't be the same as being physically present. Can I stay? I think that's a picture of him on your screens there now. If I could just get a bit... Oh, sorry. No, I beg your pardon. That is indeed Mrs. Balls. That's Mrs. Balls. Refugees welcome, Mrs. Balls. What a cock-up I've made there. Anyway, I replied to this young Albanian fella. I said, absolutely you can stay. A judge just ruled that video calls are emotionally distressing. So congratulations to you. You've now got a legal right to remain. All thanks to FaceTime family values, which we, of course, at the ECHR and in the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland through Tony Blair's Human Rights Act, love and admire and respect and cherish. Forget national safety, it doesn't matter. So there you have it, my friends. As you can well imagine, I've been up to my eyeballs in it. Thank God for these specs. But it's all they're genuine cases, by the way, that have happened this week alone. So if you thought, and I credit to the Telegraph for these articles, but if you thought that Britain's immigration system couldn't get more insane, nuttier than a fruitcake, the ECHR, my friends, is always here to prove you wrong. But don't you worry. If you're a law-abiding, tax-paying British citizen, well, frankly, my dear, no one gives a flying toss about you. Not a flying flamingo, not a scoot. So, this has been Darren Grimes at the ECHR in I believe it's my 3rd or 4th week now. So, it's a very highly paid, respectable position, and I'm delighted to do it and continue it post GB News.